as well. So today our topic is, let me share my screen first. I hope my voice is loud and clear to everybody. In case if you have any question or doubt, you can just type in the chat box. So I'm sharing my screen. Hopefully this is visible to all of you. All right, Safalya, is it visible?
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you. So yeah, today's topic is about the layouts in AutoCAD. So layouts. So let me just take you to toward the agenda for the day, where we are going to discuss few things related to layout. So we will discuss about the layouts, what are the layouts, and what are the various methods by using which you can create the layouts. And we have layers as well, layer filter, and how to use the layer filters along with layouts. So these are a few topics which we are going to discuss today. And so let us discuss about layouts, like what are the layouts and what is the use of layout. So basically a layout in AutoCAD represents a 2D space, which we mostly use just for the plotting and printing purpose, and where we can have multiple viewports, and we can have the different views of a single drawing. So there we can control the visibility of the objects by using various viewports, like what area we want in our final layout and what is the area we just want to exclude from our drawing. So that those are some I would say the features of layouts. And we can also have our that title block in the layout, and that is we can say that you are defining the final touch of your for your drawing, and then you are just sending that drawing for the production. So that's where layouts comes into the picture, and we work on the layouts, like at the final stage after creating the whole document. When you want to document in a proper way, that time we use the layouts. And the various methods to create layout, it's really easy to create the layouts in AutoCAD. So I'll show you, I'll demonstrate you how we can create the layouts in a different way. We have the command by using which we can simply type the command from command line window, and then we can create a layout. Otherwise you can simply right click on the existing layouts, and then you can create a new layout from there. You can also specify the page setup manager, where you can specify the sheet and what is the area you want to include for plotting. You want to take the layout, or you want to use the extends window. So those things we will discuss. And layer filter. So I hope all of you are aware with the layers, what are the layers and what are the use of layer. Because if you want to work efficiently in AutoCAD, so obviously layer is the best way. And inside the layer, we have layer filters as well, where you can filter the layer with some specific features, like by the name of the layer, by the color of the layer, or by the other properties of the layer. So those things are helpful. Like if you just want to work, if you just want to work in few particular layers, like suppose you have a building where you want to work in a first floor, in foundation, in ground floor, second floor, and then third floor. Accordingly you can create the layers for those separate stories, for those separate levels, and accordingly you can start working. So it's better to use layer filter, because if you're not using, suppose in the commercial project, there might be around 1,000 layers, so it would be difficult to find out layers all the time. So that time we can use layer filter. And layer filters are also helpful when you are creating the layouts. There you can specify what are the things you want to plot and what not. So you can play with the layers. So we'll discuss those things. So let's move toward the software now. So here we are in the software, and first of all, I'm just going to tell you about the layouts. Then we'll go with the various methods and the layer filters. So here, when we are in an AutoCAD, right now I don't have any like this is just a blank document. If you want any existing drawing, or you want to open from your computer, you can. So suppose I'm just opening something, an existing drawing. Suppose I have a drawing here, right? And suppose your drawing is done. You are complete. You have completed the project, and later on, after completing the project, you want the different printouts of this document. So right now everything is there, like settled. So if you want to take a print from here, obviously you need to go to the plot command, and then you need to specify the area, then the properties, and accordingly you need to go for the print, like one by one from here. But if you just want to use something kind of a batch plotting, so those are another advanced command in AutoCAD which we can use. So for that you can use the layouts, and after that you can specify the command from which you can plot lot of component, lot of drawing in a single command. So in layouts right now, first of all, let me just hide this grid. So you can simply press F7, function 7 key from your keyboard to show and hide the grid. Now here you will find out the spaces. So these are the two important spaces where you work. Right now we are in a model space, and after the model, here you can see at the bottom of the software, the next thing is the layout. So by default, whenever you are starting a new document, or you are opening any existing file where so if you have not created any layout, you probably find two layouts always, layout 1 and layout 2. You can create further, you can create more layouts, depends upon your requirement, right? So if you want to switch, again it's easy, just click on the layout and there you go, you will directly enter into the layout space. And right now this is layout 1 and this is layout 2, and right now we can see there is nothing. We can see only the grid and a small portion of drawing there, you can see, right? And now let me just go to the layout 1, and this is called as a viewport. As you can see, when you are in a layout, you will find a white paper, right? And there is a hidden line as well, which is the boundary of our layout, and then the viewport is also there. So viewport you can create this. This represents your sheet size, right? So if you want to change the sheet size, by default there is a there is a sheet size which is already applied in a standard way. If you want to change that, you can. That is up to you, right? So viewport, obviously you can change it. You can select it and you can define its size, right? You can delete it. You can make a different viewport as well. So first of all, I don't want to see this grid. So if you are pressing F7 key here, nothing happening. Yeah, see, you can see it's just showing you the grid everywhere, but it's not affecting the grid inside this viewport, because this viewport is not active. First, you need to double click inside, and once you double click, the viewport will be active. Now try to zoom in and zoom out. You will see that grid is zooming in and zooming out now. Earlier, something like the whole object was, the whole sheet was zooming and zooming out. Now you can zoom in here, and you can specify the object you want to keep in this layout like this. That is up to you. And if you want to deactivate the viewport, again double click outside, and now try to zoom in, zoom out. You will see our whole sheet is zooming in and zooming out now. So this is the way to activate any viewport. Double click inside the viewport, now press F7 key. Now the grid is not there anymore, right? So this is the way in which you can activate the viewport, and then you can specify the view which you want to specify, which you want to consider in the plot. And now double click outside. Let me tell you about these the properties of this layout. Suppose you want a specific size of the sheet, let's say A2, A1 or A0. So here you will find layout 1 is there, layout 2 is there. So I want to specify the sheet size for layout 1. So right click on it, and there you will find a lot of options are there. Once you right click, you can see new layout. So this is another method by using which you can create a new layout. By default you will find two layouts, always layout 1, layout 2. You want to create new, right click on it and then just hit new layout. Once you hit new layout, you can see layout 3 has been created. You can also rename it. Just right click on it, and then you will find the option rename. You can delete the layout. You can pick any layout. If you have already created some layouts in a template, you want to reference those layouts from the existing one, then you can use from template. So here I'm not going to rename. I just want to specify the properties for this layout. So here we have page setup manager. So this is important now. So just click this button, that is page setup manager. Once you click on it, another dialog box will appear, and from this dialog box you can specify. So you want to change the property of existing layout, you want to create new layout. See, this option is also available. You can also create the new as well here, right? So layout 1, layout 2, suppose I just want to modify this one, that is layout 1. So just click on layout 1 and then here we have modify. Hit modify. Another dialog box will appear where you can specify the page setup layout 1. So we are specifying a page setup for layout 1 right now. Okay, so now you can specify here like printer or plotter. If you have a printer or plotter connected with your computer, you can directly specify that. Otherwise, you can use this option, that is gwg to pdf, if you want to convert your drawing to pdf. So you can also use this approach. And then pdf options are also there, where you can just click pdf option, where you can specify the vector quality of your pdf document, data front handling. There are a lot of things which you can specify. Okay, and then here we have properties. Again, click on properties. There you will see dwg to pdf, media, graphics. Other properties are also there which you can check with, but I'm not going to do change all those properties. I just want the main thing I want to specify is the sheet size. So here you can see the sheet size ISO A4. So you can click on it, paper size, and there you can specify the paper size whichever you want. Suppose I need a 1 or A0. So here we have A0, that is 841 by 1189. So this is the portrait size, right? I need the landscape type of sheet. So as of now, it's giving me this option here, and here uh, this is also the same one actually, 1189 1189. So I'm using A1. This is 841 in length, 594 in width. So let us use this sheet, right? And then other options are also there. And here now come to the plot area, like what do you want to plot it later on. So you can specify layout, you can specify extents, display, and window. So by default we are in the layout. That means whenever you're going to hit control P, so it will automatically pick the layout, whatever is in your layout, that is going to be print. If you want to use display, so display means whatever is in the display, like you can zoom in and zoom out, accordingly you can specify. Suppose you have created something outside, so that will also going to be printed accordingly, right? And if you are using the extent, so extent means zoom extent. You have spread it your drawing throughout your page, so that thing is going to be printed with help of the extent option. And window means the software will ask you like what you want to include in the plot. So suppose I just want to include this area here, just specify in the window, and that area is going to be printed. You can see here in this preview. But better to choose layout, as we are working in the layout. Okay, and then here you can specify other factors: plot offset, origin, set to printable area. If you want to specify any plot offset value, landscape, portrait, and quality. So let us use the maximum quality of your drawing. And plot style table, what do you want to plot? So I want to plot the actual drawing. You want grayscale, color, monochrome. So those things you can specify here, that is plot style tables. So let us use acad.ctb, which is the standard one, which will print your drawing as it is with all the colors and all. And here plot options are also there, like plot object line weight, plot transparency, plot with plot style, plot papers space last. All these things you can specify here. And then you can click on preview. So preview will give you the preview of the drawing. So this see, right now we have this much of big screen, and here we have a viewport. So we are getting this type of preview only because of the viewport. We have changed the size of the sheet as of now, but we have not changed the viewport. So after changing the size, after making all these changes, just hit OK to accept, and then close it. Now you can see we have this sheet, this white color sheet, and you can see that frame. So that is showing you the limits of our sheet, of our paper space. Now we need to change this viewport. So you can simply select it and then you can move it as well. As of now, pick from this point and click somewhere here, because this will specify the object, like what you want to plot. So this viewport is really important. You can place one viewport or multiple viewport, that depends upon your requirement. As of now I'm just using one viewport. And then let me zoom in inside, and then this sheet, this view, I want to include this view in layout 1, right? And after specifying it, you can also lock this viewport. See, selected viewport are not locked. So if you are going to lock it, now see, does not matter that you are zooming in, zooming out, you are you have already activated that viewport, but it will not change that view right now. But if this is unlocked, now see, zoom in, zoom out, it will change the position of the view. So it's better, once you are okay that you have specified the correct view inside your sheet, better to lock it. Lock it. Now try to zoom in and zoom out. You will see that object is not moving inside. So my first sheet is okay. Now I need to create another layout where I want to add another viewports and the other views of of this drawing. So go to layout 2 now, and again, if you want the same layout, same properties, what you can do, you can just right click on it, and there are other options. You can create new layout, and we have move or copy as well. So once you hit move or copy, now see, it will give you another dialog box. So if we are creating a copy of this, that means we are getting the same size, right? So suppose I want to place it at last, move to end, and choose create a copy. This is another method of creating new layout. So once one method is right click new layout, other is move or copy, right? Hit OK to accept, and now see, layout 1 2 has been created. So this is going to be the replica of this because we have created a copy. But I want to change the view and viewport as well, and its name. So right click on it, rename, and let us make it layout A1, which is going to be the size of the sheet. Hit enter key to accept it. And now double click inside to activate the viewport and unlock it, right? And then I'm going to select, double click outside. Now click on the boundary so that you can change it. Now change the viewports like this. Now double click inside and then specify whatever the area you want to include here. Suppose I just want this area here. So you can specify the view accordingly, or let's say this table. Double click outside. Let me increase the size a little bit. Double click inside, and then, well, that is up to you how you want to make it. Let us make it till here. All right. So this is fine for me. Now I need to create another viewport so that I can like place another view. And you have various methods to create the viewport. So first of all, you can see right now we have this option, and there we have view, and then new view, view manager. A lot of options are there. If you want to access these commands directly from your ribbon area, you can. Otherwise, you can also use the menu bar. So for menu bar, we should have menu bar visible, which is not visible right now. So for that, you can simply type menu bar from the command line window, make it one so that we can see the menu bar. And there you can see menu bar is also visible. Now you can go to view, and there we have viewports. So this is another method. So it depends upon you how you are flexible to use these commands from menu bar or from ribbon. Accordingly, you can. Now you want to create 1 2 3 4 viewport, polygonal viewport, or object created viewport. Polygonal, you can draw object. You have to create object first, and then you can create later. But as of now, suppose I want to create one viewport. Choose one viewport. Specify the corner of the viewport. These viewports are not going to be visible in your drawing, so it does not matter. These are just the boundaries which you are specifying to create the view. Now see, another viewport has been created. Double click inside and specify the area you want to include. Better to create the named views so that you can directly call the views by their names, right? So here I just want this much of area. This is fine. Now again, double click outside, create another view where I need to place another view of my drawing. One viewport, specifying from here and then till here. Double click inside again, zoom in and zoom out, and specify the area you want to include. This time I want to include this area, the opposite area. Just zoom in. All right, double click outside. So this way we have created two sheets now. Layout 1, layout A1. Now come to layout 2 where I want to show you. Let me just select this viewport, delete it. Now I don't have any viewport here. I want to place a viewport, but with another method. So go to view, then we have viewports, and then let's say use polygonal viewport. Now specify the start point. So you can draw actually whatever you want to include. See, it should be a closed boundary. That's it. So that is a polygonal viewport. Then hit enter key. Now you will see a viewport has been created, and there we have a drawing. Now you can specify the area whichever you want to include. So this depends if you suppose uh, if you want the viewport exact of this shape, right? So that time it would be helpful actually. So it will take that much of area only. Now I want to create another layout. So let us explore another method where you need to use the command line window. So just type layout, hit enter key, and then here you can see we have a lot of options to create a new layout. Now I'm just going to use new option. Just choose new, specify the name of the layout. So this is layout 4 by default. If you are okay with that, then fine. Otherwise you can rename it. Otherwise hit enter key to create another layout. Now you can see layout 4 has been created. Now come to layout 4. I'm going to delete this one, delete, and suppose I'm creating a circle here. All the model commands will be available here. You can also draw the component if you want. So I have created a circle now. I want to convert this circle into a viewport, because when you are using this option, that is a viewport, you can create viewport that is 1, 2, 3, 4 viewports polygonal, but in polygonal you cannot create circles. So that's why you have to use object option. Now you can just select this circle, and the software will automatically convert the circle into the viewport. Now double click inside again to activate it, and then specify the area which you want to include in this viewport. You can just use zoom extend here to zoom extend the drawing. Now here we have this object. You can press V for viewports, named views actually, but we don't have any view here, model views and layout views. So yeah, I just need to use simple option, that is zoom in and zoom out. Now you can again zoom in and then specify. This time let us use yeah, this one, and then lock the viewport, double click outside. So this is the way you can create new layouts. You can create the viewports inside the layouts, and you can specify the properties for your layouts. And next thing I'm going to tell you about is yeah, layer filters. So layers and layer filters are also important. So let me show you how you can use the layer filters uh, along with the layouts. So this is also helpful. Let me uh, let me use a new file for that, a small one, open. And here first of all let us create layers before creating the object. And for that you can simply use la is a shortcut for layers. Just press la, hit enter key. A dialog box will appear where you can start creating the layers. Right now you can see zero layer is active, right? And there is only one layer. So this is the by default layer always, and you cannot delete the zero layer because this is a system created layer. Okay. Anyways, we need to create new layer. So I'm just going to use this one, that is new layer, and then specify the name. So I'm going to make it as level 1, let's say. So let us make it LVL1 dash A. Then let us create another layer, LVL1 dash B. So I'm creating a few layers here so that I can show you the difference, how you are gonna use layer filter in layouts and how layer filter would be helpful for you. So this is level 1, Y, B, and C. So now let us use another one, level 1, A, B, C, and this one I'm going to make it as level 2, LVL2 hyphen A. Again create another LVL2B, another layer LVL2C. So now we have six layers. If we are including the by default one, then we have seven, right? So we have created these layers. Now I want to specify the different color so that you can check it later. You can easily find out the difference. So let us use this color for level 2A. For level 2B, I'm using something yellowish color. Then level 2C, let us use bluish color. Now level 1A, this time let us use this is already taken. Let us use parrot green. And for level 1B, let us use magenta. And for level 1C, I'm going to use cyan, right? So I have created these layers with different colors. You can specify line type, line weight, and other properties as well, but as of now I'm not going to specify those properties. These properties are enough for me. Okay, so now after creating this, let us start. First of all, level 1, just close it. And from ribbon area, here you will find zero layer is active. I want to activate level 1 now, level 1A. And now let us create something with the help of a rectangle starting from 0 comma 0. And I'm going to specify the value as, let's make it 600, or yeah, 600 by 400. Enter. Rectangle starting from 0 comma 0, other corner 600 comma 400. Enter. Now we have this object. I want to use offset tool with value 10 outside. All right. And then this is done. Let me create another line here and another one. And let us use offset of 5, something like this. Now let us change the layer to level 1B. And there, level 1B, I'm just going to create few objects with the help of a rectangle. I'm just creating a simple one as we have a limited time. And let us use level 1C, and let me create another object here. And something like this is fine. Let me just make it quickly. All right. So I can create copy for this component. And another layer is level 2. and then level 1, level 2B, offset with the 1 unit. All right, and let's create copy, and I have this level 2C as well. Let us place some dimensions. Dimension is not visible, so for that we simply need to use dimension style manager, and you can change the visuals of dimensions. Modify, and this is too small, not even visible to us, so we can simply change the scale, overall scale, to somewhere around 30 times. Okay, set current and then close. Let us see. Yeah, it's visible. If you are okay with that, then fine. Otherwise you can redefine it with somewhere around 60. Right, set current then close. Yeah, better. Now let us place another dimension same way. Okay, and now I want to place these component in my layouts, and I want the visibility of few components uh, in the particular layout, and in other layout I want other components only. So instead of deleting, creating again and again, we can play with the layers now. So we already have layers. So now, first of all, let us activate the zero layer so that we can easily apply the functions to other layers. Now go to layers, LA, and right now here in this dialog box, you can see we have all these layers. We have already created objects with these layers, so that's why you can see all used layers, right? So it's showing us all used layers in our current document, and there you will find another icon to create the filter, new layer filter. So let us click on new layer filter, specify the name for that filter. So I want to filter the level 1 and level 2 layers. Right now, see, in this document we only have 7 or 8 layers, but in big projects you might have 1,000 layers, so it's difficult to manage. Right now we can manage it easily, but just for demonstrations I'm showing you, like you can create layer filters and then you can manage layers easily. Okay, so I'm just making it level 1. Now come to name and click inside name. See, you have these properties by using which you can apply the filter. Name, it's like on off, freeze and freeze, lock, plot, color, status. This is a status. Line type, line weight, transparency, and other things. So I'm specifying a name, in it. It will automatically give this star mark as post office. So you just need to give name. It will automatically filter all those name layers with that name. Now see, level 1 and star, so it will automatically take other layers inside. Now hit OK to accept, and you will see a level 1 layer filter has been created, where you can see only the level 1, like the layers which has level 1 common. Same way we can create another layer filter. Let's make it LVL2 name. Click inside, again LVL2, then OK. Now see, we have created level 1 and level 2, right? The filters, where we can see only level 1 layers, level 2 layers, and then all used layers. So after creating these filters, level 1, go to invert filter so that we can apply some properties which we can use later. So in level 1, invert filter, so it will show you the opposite layers. Select all the layers. I'm going to freeze. This layer cannot be frozen because it is the current layer. All right. uh, because the current layer cannot be frozen, that's why we get that message. That's okay. We have freezed other layers. Now again uncheck the invert filter. Now again, but wait here. After making it, that is invert filter, you can see all these objects, all these layers are not visible anymore, because these are froze these are in the freeze state. So here we can save these layer as a another state manager. So you will find another command there, that is layer state manager, where you can see where you can save these settings, and you can use those settings later in the layouts. So I'm going to use layer states manager, click on new, and give name as LVL1. Same name. You can also specify the description if you want, but that is okay for me. And then click close. Now invert filter. Now go to level 2, right? Then again invert here. Again use invert filter, and select all the layers. Freeze all these layers. Same way. Just click on this button. Invert filter first and unfreeze these layers first. You can see the change behind as we are changing it. Again go to invert layer. Now these layers are freezed, right? Now I'm going to save this as another layer state manager. Again click on layer state manager, click on new, and here I'm going to save it as level 2. Hit OK to accept, then close it. There you go. Now we have created level 2 filter, level 1 filter, all used layers are also there. Just uncheck the layer filter only, then you can see, otherwise you will not be able to, and then all layers, right? So now I can simply go to the all layers, just freeze, then unfreeze again. So here I want to see everything. Okay, now go to layout 1, double click inside, press F7 key. Now go to layout 2, double click inside, F7. Now you can see everything is visible in layout 1 and layout 2. But here in layout 1, I just want to see, my focus is to see the objects which are in layer level 1 only, level 1, right? And I don't want to see other layers. So here you can also control those layers by using layer command, and you can freeze or off those layers manually. But if you have big drawings, so obviously layer filter is going to be is going to help you a lot. So then what you need to do, just go to layer. We already have created the layer states manager. Now go to layer state manager level 1, and then restore, and then close it. So as you restore the layer 1, you can see, we can see only the layers which are in level 1, like the object which we have created in level 1 layer. So see, this is I guess level 1, this is level 2, level 1A, level 1B, and level 1C. The other rest of the object is not visible, but if you are going to model, you will see everything is visible. So this is the benefit of creating layer filter, and this way you can use the layer filter in layouts. And now come to layout 2, you can see again everything is visible to us. But here we just want to see, our focus is to see the objects which are available in level 2A, B, and C layer. So again, you can go to the layers, LA, enter. Then again go to the layer states manager, hit level 2, then click on restore, then close it, and there you go. You can see the objects which are visible in level 2 only. Anyways, we don't have any object in like these dimensions are visible, but that is just for the demonstration purpose. Suppose I want to include the objects in like dimensions in these objects. So come to model and activate this layer, that is the last layer, and then just add the dimensions. So those modifications uh, will take place in your layer as well, in layout as well. So let me just place few of the dimension, something like this. And from here to here. So you can just use it, move with the leader for the better placement. This one, I can move opposite side, and there you go. Zoom, Z enter, E enter, Control S if you want to save. Leave it as of now. Now again, come to layout 2. There you go. Those changes will take place. So this way you can use the layer filters inside the layout. And these were the topics for the day. I hope all these things are clear to all of you, like how we can create the layouts, what are the significance of the layouts, and in case you want to modify the sheet size and all, you can do that. And layer properties manager, obviously you can play with the layers, and then you can easily define the areas which you want in your layouts. So that will definitely make your life easier. And if you want the more details, you can contact to Safalya, and we can take it ahead.